It's almost Christmas. I've probably already decorated the tree. I wish I could see it. I miss you, Patrick. God, I miss you, Emma, so much. I miss my whole family. Patrick, I miss you so much. I really don't know how much more of this I can take.
Dinner.
What, no service with a smile?
This isn't a hotel.
Yeah, I've noticed. You're usually so calm and collected. You have a bad day?
My days have no concern of yours.
Well, it might help you to talk about it. What happened? One of your patients get restless? Or did someone finally complain about your unorthodox treatment protocols?
Be quiet!
Oh, looks like I struck a nerve. I mean, you can tell me whatever it is. It's not like I'm in a position to spread gossip.
I tell you what's wrong. Faison was captured.
Hey, got you some coffee. Mind you, with your sweet tooth, and here we are in... Anna?
Oh my God, could I be any more stupid?
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
Nothing of your concern.
No, you just said Faison was captured. My mother figured it out, didn't she? She would never believe that Faison was Duke.
She believed. She had totally succumbed. It was the perfect plan.
Not so perfect if it fell apart. Thank God my mother's free of him. I hope Faison is right.
I don't want to hear another word about your mother or your father. As far as I'm concerned, they can both go to hell.
Why don't you just say it? I told you so. Why don't you?
Because that's something I don't want to say.
Really? Why not? Because you're right about all of it. Faison, the master puppeteer, you know, he gets Duke to resurface after 2 decades in a Turkish prison. Oh, God! Faison. The whole ridiculous cover story that I should never have fallen for. What is wrong with me?
You wanted to believe it.
Why? Because he looked like Duke, because he said he was Duke. I'm a spy. Well, that's a joke. I'm trained to be able to see through people who aren't who they claim to be, to spot inconsistencies, to know what is a lie and what is the truth. You told me it was Faison. You said it. I wouldn't believe you.
I didn't have any proof at the time, and I was less than tactful the way.
Oh, just stop it. Could you not be so gallant?
It's rather I gloat.
Yes, actually, I would. You said I was compromised. I got sloppy. Got sloppy.
What you did, my dear, was get played by one of the best.
I'm a professional. I'm smarter than this. I am. I'm smarter than this. Why couldn't I just see it? What was right in front of my face?
Because of Robin.
So my dad knows about Faison. So my mom and dad, they're working together.
Only I'd done as Faison asked. He wanted to eliminate Scorpio, and I talked him out of it.
Well, good call on your part.
I was concerned it would raise suspicion. I couldn't see the big picture. That Scorpio was too big a threat to leave alive.
Interpol's probably holding a lottery to see which country gets to try and convict Faison first.
Such a brilliant man. He threw it all away and left me to deal with the fallout.
Dr. Obrecht, you're in a very difficult position. Maybe it's time to cut your losses now and let me go. Now! Why would you want to keep me here? I'm nothing but a liability, just one more crime for the police to charge you with. I mean, is this really what you wanted for yourself? Don't you have a family? I mean, people that love you?
My family is not your concern.
Well, I haven't seen my family in almost a year. You have no idea how much I miss them, how much I miss my husband and my little girl.
I should care for your suffering.
You're a doctor, just like I am. You don't become a doctor without caring about people.
This is an impossible situation.
It's a very simple way out. All you have to do is trust your own humanity and just have some compassion for me, for my whole family, and just let me go, please.
You had your heart broken. You both did. No parent should ever have to bury their child. I mean, how do you describe in words that sort of a loss? Luke said you were dealing with it. And then that idiot, Heather Weber, has to go and tell you that Robin's alive. She did the worst imaginable thing for a grieving parent. She gave them hope. So up you go to Switzerland. When you get there, you discover that Robin's gone. So you've got to deal with the loss all over again.
Yeah, I did.
And then, in the middle of all of this steps, Duke Lavery, alive and in color, standing in your living room.
I could have shot him that first day. I wish to God I had.
Faison's timing here was impeccable. He knew he could never get away with any of this unless you were grieving for Robin. But as it is, he still had to throw everything he had at you, including a dead man's face.
What if he didn't? What if that man is still alive?
This isn't just about me. But why should you have to pay for the crimes that Faison committed? If you let me go, then you look innocent.
Things are difficult. Yes. Now is the time when one's faith is tested. And I have faith in Faison.
Well, you're going to be very disappointed. Because Faison is a treacherous man. And he only cares about himself. He will save himself and he'll blame you for everything.
Faison will not compromise his plan. He'll find a way to remedy the situation.
If my parents know that Faison is alive, it's only a matter of time before they figure out the rest. That I am alive and that Faison is the one that took me.
It's too random.
Trust me, Dr. Obrecht. You do not want Anna Devane and Robert Scorpio to find me shackled to a bed. You don't want me to have to explain to them that you are the one that held me prisoner. If you want to get out of this alive, you have to let me go.
You may have a point. I have no choice but to eliminate you.
Don't do this, Anna, please.
No, I ignored my instincts before. I overlooked inconsistencies, and I'm not going to make that mistake again.
What inconsistencies?
All right, hear me out. When I come into this room, Faison is in here, right? And he had this thug. Oh, God, what was his name? Oh, it was Klaus. Of course it was Klaus. So Klaus brings Duke into this room. He's all bound and gagged, and he's being held at gunpoint. And this man that I thought was Duke, he's fighting against his restraints, and he's trying to tell me something. And that's when Faison says to Klaus to shoot him. And I go for the gun, and I try to get it.
Well, that was staged.
Yes, exactly. Right. At that point, Faison drugs me, and I'm out. And then when I come to, now Faison has got this whole mask back on again as Duke. And this Klaus person is lying here. He's dead. Duke says he shot him and that Faison escaped.
So what's the problem?
Who was that man? That was Duke. Who was the man being held at gunpoint?
We went through all of this. Faison came in, stuck the Duke mask on the henchman.
Right, of course, because anybody could look like Duke if they had that mask on. But what if there's another possibility?
Well, wait a minute. You're not buying
Yeah,
it.
no, listen. What if Duke Lavery is alive? What if that was him?
Faison had this plan down to the last detail. He needed you to see him with Duke. So the best thing was to slap a mask on one of the henchmen.
Right, I know. It's vintage Faison.
Why don't you want to believe that?
Well, because when Faison was posing as Duke, you know, he wasn't just some mute person. He knew things, right? He knew things about me, Duke, conversations, places we'd been, things that only Duke and I would know.
But this is Faison. You don't think he's capable of getting such a thorough dossier?
Right, I know. But I was also wondering why, when Luke went to Turkey, that the story checked out.
But wait. Luke said he couldn't disprove Lavery's story.
Right. Maybe because Duke Lavery had actually been in that Turkish prison.
Wait. Faison's more than capable of bribing people and falsifying records.
But what if there's another possibility? What if Duke had been held captive in that Turkish prison and Faison had found him there and he questioned him and he got all this information out of him and maybe, I don't know, maybe he took a mold of his face and because that would explain why that mask is so perfect.
Look, all he needs is good software and a decent lab and he can fabricate anyone's face. But let's call Interpol.
No,
Let's call...
you know, there's
what's his-
something else. It's been bothering me. When Klaus brought Duke into this room, there was a look in his eyes. Something that had been missing. Duke, when he came in here, he was struggling to tell me something, and he was fighting, he was trying to save me. And I recognized his eyes. They were Duke's.
Okay. I don't think you're right about this, but I know where we can go and get some answers.
You said so yourself. It's only a matter of time before your parents find you here. And when they do, they'll destroy everything Faison strove to accomplish.
It's already been destroyed. That's why you have to think about this, and you have to save yourself.
Yes. That's why I can't risk the authorities learning of your existence. I'm afraid the only solution is for you to die.
No, killing me is not going to fix anything, and if you let me go, I'll tell my parents and I'll plead for leniency.
Leniency? From Robert Scorpio? The man is ruthless to his enemies, a legend among the spies. No. He'll want Faison to pay, and he'll want me to pay as well. As for your mother, I never understood Faison's obsession. But I know she's dangerous. And I imagine she'd be merciless to a woman who had harmed her precious child.
My parents pay their debts. If you save me, they will owe you.
I'm afraid you were right after all, Robin. It's time to cut my losses.
Please, you can't.
I must decide what to do, and quickly. They'll be coming here soon. You're not the only one I have to deal with.
What? What do you mean? Who else are you holding here? Who? Who's here?
Duke and Robin. Neither can be discovered here alive. What are you doing here again?
We want the truth. So listen, Faison is in custody, so you don't need to deny it. I know he was posing
You're
as
looking
Duke,
for a patient.
but he knew things that only Duke could know.
trespassing.
So my question to you is Duke Lavery alive?
I feel you've lost your grip on reality.
No.
She's as sane as you like, my dear, but you're in a lot of trouble unless you start
Come on.
talking.
This is nonsense. I don't have to justify what is
Fine.
going on here.
You know what? You want to play it like this? I'm going to go room by room. What's in here?
No, don't!